Hey guys, Miss Jaeger here, and welcome to a mid-May update. Yes, a little bit of a random one, but also I'm not doing it the usual style, because I kind of fancy doing it this way for a change, and to a degree it's easier. I don't say it's actually easier, but it's a lot easier because I don't have to worry about the camera and the lighting and everything, and I can just talk whilst I also play games and record stuff that I don't normally do and stuff, whatever. And there's also a high chance for rambling, which is why I think it's best for me to have the gameplay in the background. So anyway, yes, bits of good news and some, bit of a big news, actually. Well, first of all, Attila Total War. By the way, game you're seeing is, One Piece, oh god damn it, I can never remember, it's One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Basically, it's Destiny, Warriors, or Warrior I can't remember the exact name, but it's basically the game where you have a shit ton of AIs versus this one dude, but because you're superhuman, more so in this case, you'll actually be able to take them all down. So you should be able to see Monkey D. Luffy's attack. And yes, if in case you were wondering, yes, I do enjoy watching anime, and not the bad kind either. Like, it's intriguing when you get such stark reactions to when you say, I watch anime, because some people just sort of are indifferent to it, which is nice, because, you know, there's no problems there. But there are some people who look at you as if you're saying, I support killing, or, you know, or in Britain, if you go into a pacifist society with a sword, it's like, I like killing stuff. You know, it's that sort of, everyone looks at you with this sort of, what? Especially when you start talking when you start talking about shows and stuff, it's a bit annoying at times, because it's like, they kind of cast it off without even so much as giving it an opportunity to say something, and then only because of the stereotypes, but I guess that's the same for everything. Well, not the same for mainstream media. They can put on any kind of bollocks and everyone will be like, oh my god, it's amazing! Or every fucking dog video. Anyway, I'm getting besides the point. Yeah, so going on to the news. So yes, we are talking about news. Right, the first big news. Attila Total War. Yes, Attila Total War. Well, to be honest with you, I've got a bit of a sad story about that one, because sadly, well, the good news is we are able to play. Like, for the channel, it's okay, because we can continue the campaign now. A bit of an anticlimactic. Yes, no, we can actually continue the campaign, which is, it's great, because, you know, we can continue on with the, you know, Spartan's Return. I've already deleted the comment that I left on the video, saying once I get the new shit, then we'll be fine again. But yeah, no, that's going to be sort of sorted to a degree, which is actually quite nice. The sad story, though, is the fact that the guy who was developing the mod, Terminus, has unfortunately lost all of his progress towards his next big update, which was hence the reason why we had to pause. Because basically the big update was basically designed as a sort of it was basically rebuilding the mod from scratch. So he could add more units, he was going to add more new factions, he was going to add horde factions. It was going to be absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately, due to because his computer needed to be repaired, so he sent it off to be repaired, and unfortunately the people who did it didn't do a very good job, because not only did they send it back to him with some sort of bits still not working 100%, they also deleted all of his files. I mean, they deleted everything, and he basically got a factory reset computer. So, having spent over halfway, he was over halfway there with his update. So, unfortunately, yeah, he lost all impetus to do something with the mod, which I hardly can blame him for. It's a bit like, for example, losing all your progress when you're doing a long campaign with a certain faction in fucking Rome 2, and the wankers have to go updating that shit, and you end up having to say, nope, can't do anymore, because anyway, so you can understand a bit more in his case, which I feel immensely bad for him for, because it's a great mod. So you know, I'm gonna put, you know, links in the description for his mod, and I want you to go over there. And if you like this mod, if you're gonna try this out, if you don't know what this mod is, it basically adds new factions. It completely revitalizes the single-player grand campaign. You know, instead of just having East and Western Romans, you've now got the province of Hispania for the Western Romes, Africa, Gaul, Britain, you know, you've got Germania for the Western Romes, and then for the Eastern Roman Empire, you've got the theme of Egypt, Crete, Palestine, I can never pronounce the bastard things. Spartans. We have Spartans in Attila Total War. You know, all these mods all these factions which all have their own amazing uniforms and, like, color. And it's all, like, unique as well. Like, I even got, you know, if you watch my videos as well, shameless advertising, but you'll be able to see what I mean. You'll see like the different factions have their own little things, and it just, the whole experience of Attila Total War just becomes so much more invigorating. It becomes so much more enjoyable to play, and that's what I want in a Total War. It's that randomness, that ability for one tiny nation to flip the middle finger on everyone and surprise everyone. You know, that's what I love about games like that. It's the constant state of flux. And the Attila Total War vanilla version is fucking crap. You know, you have no kind of impetus on that whatsoever. And it's just, oh, it's so disappointing to think that that is what we've got for vanilla. But then when this mod came around, it answered my prayer. And as said, and I'm going to say this numerous times, so you might as well get used to it, it is the only reason why I'm playing Attila Total War. So yes, I will link you guys to the description in the description, and you will hopefully, if you see the mod and stuff, if you try the mod out, give this mod a thumbs up, give it a favorite. You know, he hasn't asked me to say this. I'm saying it because I love the mod. It is fantastic, and I hope it continues, because it so deserves it. It needs it. Anyway, so yes, in summary, we now can actually go and do that, which is awesome. On to other bits of good news. X3AP, we've now got that going on now, which is fantastic. X3AP is the Star Wars mod. X3AP Star Wars mod is the mod that I've been doing a Let's Play on, and I haven't done in a couple of months. When this goes out, I'm sure I've uploaded either the in-betweener episode or the actual episode as well. But yeah, no, the mod itself is actually getting there, which is, you know, I've been able to update, and I've gotten all the way back up to the top progress, so we're going to be doing good on that, as well as a few other things as well. So yes, and also despite what my initial video, I think in the in-betweener episode, I don't think I've released it. I can't remember if I have. I've been so bloody busy with work, I can't even remember the shit I've done on. No, I can't. I can vaguely, but with all the shit that I've been busy on YouTube, it's just been like, oh. So anyway, yes, so basically, there was a period of time where I thought I wasn't going to be able to use the improved races mod for the game, which was immensely depressing. But luckily, I don't know whether it was because I activated the SPK or whatever, but it's now at a... Yeah, it's functional, but at the time I recorded the video, I just didn't know. And I might, in the beginning, say, oh, fucking thing isn't working. You'd be like, well, no, it does work. You just told it. So yeah, this is recorded after that. But don't worry, you'll soon find out why I know it works now. You'll enjoy it. So anyway, there's that sort of sorted. So we've got two good bits of amazing news, which is kind of nice. Nice bit of a turnaround, which is pleasant. We kind of need that in our lives. Anyway, on to a bit of a serious note now, because, well, it is definitely going to be for the future of the channel. And that is quite simply... I'm going to just go into the... I'm just going to kind of be a bit cocky and put it all into one genre, rather than try and sort of specify what games. But I will reference this particular game as it's the game that Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's gonna be the game that, yeah, World of Tanks. I'm just gonna say World of Tanks, but I'm also gonna mean Armored Warfare and World of Warships and those kind of games, you know. And yes, that includes War Thunder, or Shite Thunder more like, but still, goes double for War Thunder, shall I say? Yeah, and also and the reason why I'm also doing this is because I like to ramble. When I'm not 100% concentrated on things and I'm sort of trying to sort other things out in the background, my brain is going to be absent. So, okay, so basically, World of Tanks, for the last 6 years, well, 5 years dedicated, 6 years on, last year on and off, I've been doing World of Tanks. For nearly 5 years of doing YouTube now, I have been recording YouTube, I've been doing YouTube, and I've been, you know, I've been doing shit for a long time. So, yeah, and the thing is, World of Tanks has been the core aspect of my channel. It was the core aspect of my channel. You know, we've been going through lots. I mean, when War Thunder was good and Gaijin weren't assholes, we had that as well. When World of Warships was in its closed beta stages, I was playing that game. And, you know, when Armored Warfare came onto the scene, I was shit-hot onto that, and, you know, that sort of thing. But over the course of the last year, I've really just not had an impetus to play games like that anymore. And you know, it may not come as a surprise that, you know, after a while, sometimes when you're playing video games, you just don't. Like, some people can continue playing a video game till time immemorial, and I'm glad that people can do that. For me, I've done, you know what, I did it a good run, but I'm just going to say this now. The likelihood of me uploading any World of Tanks content or anything similar to that kind of stuff is probably not going to happen. So, I'm going to say the big words. Kind of World of Tanks is dead for me. Not like I'm going to not play it again, but I'm not likely to make content for it for either a very long time or ever. I'm not going to say, yes, I'm going to do it at some point in the future, because then I know it will never come. So instead, I'm going to say, for the time being, if I feel like it, then I will do it. But at the same time, it will be an exceptionally rare scenario, and then, like, fucking 2 weeks later, there's 600 videos on World. Basically, I don't have any impetus right now, and for the next foreseeable few months or whatever, the rest of the year, I don't know. But right now, World of Tanks just doesn't have the grip, you know? Like, it's like for me, the biggest thing with World of Tanks is that I've done everything to a degree. Like, I've done everything that you, as a World of Tanks player, needs to do. Because when I started my World of Tanks playing, I didn't start with, like, you know, a sort of, oh, I'm going to do this for a time. I had goals. It was my career in World of Tanks, you know. When the videos I were uploading was not just, oh, videos regarding, you know, oh, this particular thing. It's not like Jingles where, it was a bit early Jingles, to a degree. What I mean is, it was like a career milestone. You know, it was like World of Tanks, and how I was grinding up the gears, you know, with the, going up, you know, when I started, I had no tanks. I mean, I had, like, what, I had the Panzerjäger, wasn't it? The Panzerjäger and the Panzer II, you know, and that was my collection of vehicles, you know. I was a non-premium player who had very little knowledge, thought high explosive was the best round to use on the 20mm autocannon. Yes, I fucking know. I was a new player. I had no awareness of armor angling. I had no awareness of half the vehicles that were in the game, but I wanted a Tiger. And over the course of the 5 years, I not only got the Tiger, I also got my first tier 10 heavy, my first tier 10 medium, you know, not light, but that's going to come in now. You know, my first tier 10 tank destroyer, my first tier 10 Russian tank we got recently, you know, and I've been playing around and everything's going up. And now it's like, you know, now I've done it, you know? I mean, yes, there are other nations you can grind up, and yes, there are events that are going around with, you know, the new patches and the new content, and yeah, you know, there's things still to do in World of Tanks, but, I mean, right now, World of Tanks isn't exactly in its greatest state right now. I mean, Christ, the whole, with the light tanks controversy coming around, I don't even know, I haven't really been paying attention, but I don't even know if that whole that shit regarding the patch has actually happened or not. I have a feeling it has. Artillery has been fucked because of how it was. In my opinion, it's not nearly as bad, but that's because I haven't spent not nearly enough time playing that shit. So yeah, that's gonna suck for anyone who's in. I mean, I know my friends in POW, Priest of Ololol, we're all having the same kind of feel. You know, we all came together originally because it was a core game that we all played, but now we're all sort of drifting apart from that game because we've done everything. We've had those moments where we laugh about RNG. We've had our moments where we've almost ripped the computer monitor, you know, ripped our keyboards from the, you know, grabbed the keyboards and smashed through the monitor because of just how much bullshit that particular game was. Or we've almost had we've almost completely died of laughter because of some bullshit, because of some funny scenario. And we've also had our sense of wonder as we've all looked up to the top tier tanks and gone, one day I'm gonna drive in that thing. And we're like, yeah, that's it really. We mean, and it kind of goes the same for both World of Warships and Armored Warfare to an extent, because while Armored Warfare and World of Warships aren't as, if you will, boring to me because they still have that new shininess to it, it's still the same kind of genre where you are at the bottom of a tier, you spend X amount of time or money, depending on how the particular game works, mostly time now, thankfully, getting yourself up through the tiers in order to reach a particular tier. And then once you've done that, congratulations, you've now got to that tier. Now do it again. And, you know, for some people, they can happily jump on that and they can jump on and play and have fun or whatever. But for me, that no longer really works for me anymore. Like, it doesn't grip me as it once was, you know? And I feel that as such, I can't honestly say I want to be making World of Tanks videos for time immemoria anymore, because it's something which I think it's something that I should enjoy doing rather than something that I think doesn't really work anymore. So a long story short, yeah, the likelihood of me making content for the World of Tanks, World of Warships, World of Armored Warfare and all that stuff is extremely low. If I do make it, then that's great, but I'm not going to start making promises and saying, hey guys, I'm going to start making more of them, unless I am in a position where I am making more of them. But the likelihood of that happening is extremely low. So it really is dependent on the kind of mood I'm in before that. Because as much as I always want to give you guys the pleasure of whatever kind of game that's coming out that's new and it's fantastic, and, you know, I believe you me, if I hadn't got a job and I could do whatever the fuck I want, I probably would be in a much better position to do that. But also at the same time, the time I have between, you know, doing my shifts / doing other stuff, you know, is becoming ever limited because of situations or whatever. So the fact that I kind of want to enjoy myself whilst doing it, you know, because I've been doing this now, you know, I'm coming up for 5 years. In about 3 months' time, it'll have been 5 years since I started doing YouTube. That's, yeah, half a fucking decade doing YouTube. And, you know, none of which I've not earned a single penny from. So, I've signed up to the people, and they have sent me shit, but I don't have a PayPal. Yes, I know, I'm that old. But still, it's like, yeah, I've not earned a single penny from it. I'm very grateful. And I'm not sort of going on a bit of a, you guys need to like me more, cause then, no, trust me. If you guys, I'm more astonished for people who've stayed here for that 5 years. You know, I'm astonished at people I'm like, really? You've been following me 5 years? Damn. So thank you. You know, thank you for sticking around for that long. And of course, this does mean that if any of you guys were sort of watching this channel with the hopes that I was going to be making World of Tanks videos and Armored Warfare videos and whatnot, if you want to unsubscribe for that, you know, if you're only watching for that sole reason and you don't feel you're going to get it anymore, by all means, unsubscribe, because the likelihood is going to be low to none, and there are far better YouTubers out there who can fill your World of Tanks desire. Quickie Baby is one of them. Jingles is definitely one of them. You know, all of them have their own unique styles to the stuff. Other YouTubers like Frankie on PC, I think, has done World of Tanks. I know there are other YouTubers out there who've done some fantastic work on video games like that. And yes, if you're a War Thunder fan, I'm sure there is someone who can enjoy. You can watch that game to a certain extent. I have to Twitch. Anyway. So yes, that's the kind of gem. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that I'm now just going to search for something to fill the gap. To be honest with you, I've kind of already done that with regards to games that I'm playing. Probably around now, you'll have been seeing me play Hearts of Iron 4, which I haven't recorded yet because I definitely want to, but I suck. It's like I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. I'm playing the modern day mod, which, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say is kind of like Hearts of Iron easy mode, because you don't have to have not nearly enough people to fight around and like X, Y, and Z. So hopefully, well, the third said, I am kind of it's for me. This particular save I'm doing is a Hearts of Iron training mode, because it's a game which for me it's taking me longer than usual to learn. But I love it. I fucking adore the game. It's so much fun. So yeah, and that's the thing. Games like that, that's the game that turned into my World of Tanks in a sense. It's the game I could jump on. Like I've actually done a 24-hour stint alive, not playing it, God, but like I actually jumped on it one night, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's coming up for like 11 o'clock. Might want to tone it down a little bit, and then it goes to like 12. I'm like, well, I can go till 1. 1 o'clock comes along. I can go till 2, 2:30. Okay, maybe if I push it to 3 o'clock, you know, I'll have 7 hours so I can get up for the next day. 4 o'clock. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, look, if I just go for a little bit longer, I can just get 5 hours sleep. It'll be fine. 6:30. Oh, fuck. Well, I might as well stay up. It's like that kind. It's the game that I was winning a war for the first time. Like, proper, like, I was, like, controlling the front lines. We were pushing down. It was so much fun. And I had stayed up the entire night, and I was fucked the next day. But it was such a great feeling to punch a hole through France at the Maginot. Oh, so good. Anyway, so yeah, these games have been awesome, and I'm always enjoying playing them because it's just so much fun. Anyway, I've been rambling on. Oh, I almost forgot. Right, see, this is how amazing I am. No, yes, there is going to be also some extra content, but at the time of us upload and recording, a bit similar to the X3AP, I did not know about the whole... When I recorded these, this was like, I think a couple of days or a week before, before Terminus had his issue with his computer. This was I think it was a couple days. This is basically Halo Wars. You may have remembered I made a video a while back talking about the game, and I was like, oh my god, it's such a great game or whatever. And basically, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on it. So, I'm going to be, I'm doing a campaign on that said game, so you will be seeing a sort of thing, and I will be, again, talking about, well, now that I can't do Attila, and you'll be like, what the fuck? So, yes, either I'll redo the intro to, like, the campaign thing. So anyway, yes, I've been going on for like a good 20 minutes now, so I think I will wrap things up by just saying, once again, to thank you very much to all of the subscribers. We are now at 912. Oh my god. 88 to go. And we'll have hit the 1K mark. So thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you very much to everyone who has just taken the time out of their day just to watch a few minutes of the video, commentate. You know, I even got a commentate. I got a comment off. I got a comment off a video that I'd made over 2 years ago. It was my. Ironically, I watched it just before. I had. What was it? Before that comment was made, I was like, oh, I'll just watch this old thing. And yeah, it was my Stronghold 2 Not All About War. It was when I was trying to broaden out with the new, kind of to a degree, 2 years ago, ironically, kind of when I was starting to have issues with regards to the kind of content I was uploading. But no, yeah, that's fantastic. But so thank you very, very much for anyone who's commentated, liked, and subscribed. And hopefully we can bridge that gap and end up to getting to the top. And hopefully the future of the channel will be a little bit more free and a little bit more enjoyable to be able to enjoy more and more content. And I hope you guys will be there to join me for that said content. So thank you all very much for watching and listening. And yeah, I watch anime and Hearts of Iron 4 is awesome. See you guys. What the